Seahawks have more choices than Baskin Robibins, just one they have to get right. The Seahawks have amassed their usual war chest of third-day picks for the 2018 draft. But there's only one player they must have. Maybe it's a stretch to say the Seahawks have 33 selections today in the draft. It's more of a gross exaggeration, as they actually have 8 picks today. Still, 8 picks in 3 rounds is pretty good. And if you're complaining that it doesn't matter how many picks you have after the 3rd round, just remember these names: Chris Carson, Luke Wilson, KJ Wright, Richard Sherman, Byron Maxwell, and Cam Chancellor. That's a pretty solid core from day 3 picks. Okay, so Seahawks picks from day 3 also include names like Jared Smith and Kiero Small. Ultimately, the draft is a crapshoot. The more rolls of the dice you get, the better your chances of rolling a 7. Ask the Browns about Tim Couch or the Raiders about Marcus Russell if you think first-rounders are some guarantee of success. More picks equals more chances to be right. From round 4 on, what matters is your winning throws, not your losses. Seahawks have needs, and they have the need. So who's still available? There's a lot of great talent out there. I'm not going to waste any time, as all 12s know who the Seahawks need to take with their first pick today. In fact, I hope they move back up to get him. There's only one position they must address today. Shaquem Griffin, pound in one sense, he doesn't really address a need. The Seahawks have 2 of the best already in Bobby Wagner and KJ Wright, and rarely employ a 3rd. Michael Wilhoit was 3rd on the team in linebacker snap counts, and was in for just under 28% of all plays. In a larger sense, Shaquem Griffin is the one player the Seahawks need from this draft. Forget that his brother plays for the Hawks. Forget that he's already the feel-good story of the draft, and he hasn't been drafted yet. You can even overlook his blazing 40 time of 4.38, the fastest ever for a linebacker in the history of the NFL combined. This kid has every chance to be the face of the NFL. The Seahawks absolutely need to get him. Many 12s have complained that Seattle didn't draft him on day 2. The reason they didn't is that he's available on day 3. Will he last until the 20th pick of round 4? That, I'm not so sure about. So I'd love to see John Schneider and Pete Carroll move back up by burning one of their 705th round picks, 4, actually, and jumping up to get Griffin. Happily, we're through 12 picks in round 4, and it's still looking good. Too bad there's no such thing as a gentleman's agreement in the NFL. Everyone knows Griffin belongs in Seattle.